Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Open Potato, and this is a game that I am very, very excited about. It was announced just the other day. Transport Fever 2. I've played the original Transport Fever and the precursor to that, Train Fever, a whole bunch. So I'm really, really, really stoked for this game, and I thought that we would just take a moment to see what has actually been announced and what I'm most looking forward to in this game. So let's go to the official announcement page. This is the website transportfever2.com, where you can find all of this stuff. And let's have a little look at what has been announced. Let's play the trailer. Yeah, what can I say? Holy cow, that is a fantastic, fantastic trailer. And the important thing to note is that that is all in-game alpha footage. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It's like watching a film. Incredible, incredible stuff, really. But there was some bits of the trailer that really stuck out to me as the most interesting. This is one of the bits right here, and we'll talk a little bit about it as we go down the list of features. So, Transport Fever 2, what can we expect? Well, it'll probably be very, very much in line with what the original Transport Fever was, and indeed this post seems to confirm that. So experience the greatest logistical challenges from 1950 to the present day and build a transport empire unrivaled anywhere else on the globe. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same premise as Transport Fever and the previous Train Fever, actually. But I think what is going to be the game changer is some of the features that they have already announced. So, free play with countless configuration possibilities, 3 campaigns across 3 continents with over 20 hours of playing time. Now, we've already seen the USA and Europe and European trains are currently modeled in the game, along with the American countryside and American-style trains. However, Asia is also going to be getting its own map and realistically modeled vehicles as well. So we're going to see a whole bunch of new train types, presumably, in the game on the Asian map. And that's actually not all, because I highly suspect, given the fact that we've just seen an absolutely gorgeous trailer with a whole bunch of gorgeous footage, I suspect that the models of all of the vehicles in the game are going to be incredible, really. I'm really, really expecting quite great things. So I'm really, really looking forward to the quality of the models, and also the quality available for modders now, because one of the most important aspects of the original Transport Fever was all of the fantastic realism mods that you can incorporate into any one playthrough. So that's really, really exciting. A total of 200 vehicles, trains, buses, streetcars, trucks, aircraft, and ships. Yes. Now, it was round about here where I started to get a little bit excited about aircraft, because I'm a bit of an aircraft buff. I like my aircraft, and something that was somewhat lacking in Transport Fever was the variety of aircraft. I was pretty disappointed. I mean, you can get Concorde, so I'm a happy guy. However, the amount of cargo aircraft and the variety of aircraft just didn't really seem wasn't spectacular. Didn't excite me too much. However, the fact that it seems that there is a great number of planes, vehicles, and buses. I mean, look in here we can see. I mean, that's at least 3, maybe 4 different varieties of aircraft in there. So I'm really excited about the number of aircraft. I was never really excited about buses, but buses and modes of transport in the early game are hugely important. So if there's more varieties that players can get access to, that is obviously a plus. But I am really excited about the vast swathes of aircraft that I hope they're going to be bringing to the game. Modular train stations, bus and truck stations, airports and harbors. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How I would like to have seen this in Transport Fever 1. There is a couple of mods. There are a couple of mods that take advantage of the sort of modular aspect. They can make your train stations modular. However, I suspect that with it being an actually natively implemented feature, then the performance when placing down these modular train stations, bus and truck stations will be much better than the current modded varieties. Realistic transport simulation, including one-way streets and streetlights. So this point here and this point here, dynamic economy and city simulation. That is what got me really excited and why I was originally looking at this view. Because at the moment, it doesn't really matter what happens in your towns. Sure, you know, you get a couple of people stopping by at your bus stop, but that's about it, and that's really all that you care about. You know, you get the trucks to drive into town, drop off their resources at goods stores, etc, etc. That's about it. And to be honest, that's fine. However, the fact that there is now going to be, you know, dynamic economy and city simulation means that we're going to start seeing traffic jams. You know, you're going to start seeing zebra crossings that actually properly work and that matter. You know, you're gonna want to try and optimize your city around building a road system that actually works for people. So we're going to hopefully see some of the elements that make Cities Skylines such a great game, and hopefully see that wrapped up into the city mechanics in Transport Fever 2. I mean, I really enjoy Cities Skylines, and it's for, you know, the fact that you can get traffic jams and you want to try and make the most optimal road network, and you've never really had to before because it's never really been that much of a problem, but now it will be, and it's going to be an extra layer of complexity that will be added in. So I'm really excited for the dynamic economy and city simulation, and also the realistic transport simulation, including one-way streets and streetlights. Editable and paintable terrain with realistic effects. So I currently have a serious bugbear with the terrain modification tools. I don't think they're very accurate. I don't think they're very good. But hopefully this is a sign that they are going to be getting changed, and there will be, well, hopefully way fewer issues with them. So I'm really looking forward to that. Intuitive construction tools for building railroads and more. That's great. I don't really know what that means, intuitive construction tools. That's I think we'll have to wait and see what that actually means. What I hope that it means, what I really hope that it means, is it means you know, you're able to place 2 bits of track at the same time. You're able to place, you know, a double track as a single piece of track, rather than, you know, having to drag the track along the already existing track and hoping that there's no issues, and hoping that there's not a tiny break in the track, or hoping that a tiny bit of the track isn't actually electrified. So, you know, just quality of life stuff. I hope will be implemented for this point. Display important data such as traffic emissions on separate layers. To be honest, the layering system currently in Transport Fever leaves a lot to be desired, so I'm super excited that is going to be getting changed. That's great. More than 10 economic chains with associated factories and goods. I suspect that'll work pretty much how it works at the moment. However, it could be changed. The developers might choose to slightly tweak it. So at the moment, if you bring good A to the factory, you know, if you bring wood to the sawmill will only work if the storage is routinely emptied. Now that could be changed so that the sawmill could infinitely produce resources, but I don't think it will. I think one of the hallmarks of Transport Fever is that you don't always need to have, or is that you always need to control the whole production process as opposed to just sort of dipping in for a quick buck here and there. So I don't think that that's going to change, but it might change. We'll see. Cities with countless residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. I mean, more variety, the better. That's great. Detailed game world with physics-based lighting. Lovely. It's great. Individually simulated land animals, birds, and fish. I mean, I'm not really bothered about that, but yeah, it's nice. Over 50 exciting challenges or challenging achievements in free play mode, and extensive modding support via the Steam Workshop. Now, of course, if the developers decided to get rid of modding, I think that you would have you'd have a much worse time playing Transport Fever 2 than Transport Fever 1. The reason that Transport Fever is such a fantastic game is because of the sheer number of extensive mods, and as I mentioned earlier, the realism mods, so you actually feel like you're playing. So I think that's fantastic. The more modding support, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So that's really, really good. There's a couple of other little bits and bobs that I'm really hoping will make an appearance in this game, and the most important to me, I think, is the better optimization. In the late game, it can get very choppy if you have a large world. Also, not to mention, if you drag a big old bit of train track from one side of the map to the other, even the greatest of PCs will be left stuttering. So I'm hoping that that better optimization is up there. You know, take advantage of multi-core processors and all of that good stuff. So that we actually have a little bit of a smoother time placing track and just playing the game. So that's really what I'm hoping will come out of it from an optimization side. But certainly, boy oh boy, this game is looking absolutely fantastic. I am super excited to play it. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. As I say, original Transport Fever was just one of the greatest games. I love transport management games. They're so darn fun. But anyway, ladies and gents, what do you think of the game? I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. Please let me know what you think. I'm super excited. Man, it's going to be great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.